Design perspective is a graphic representation of a design of the design of a building on what it's going to look like after it has been built. Now, there's different ways to look at this. The way that this perspective is developed, the recommendation is always that the view that's being presented is as if a human being is looking at the building from a particular angle that he may experience when the building is built. It could be as he's walking by, as he's approaching the building. It could be as he's entering the building. It could be from a distance. It has to be able to represent what the end user is going to be able to look like once this building is built. And to be able to present that graphic to the client will make or break his acceptance of the design. Design perspectives are very, very critical in every design. You know, we just designed a facility for Fulton Airport, their new terminal building. And when our client saw the design perspective, he actually shed a tear. That's what he told us, because it gave him a visual of what this building was going to look like. And in the past, he only had that in his mind of what this would look like. We were able to bring this to life. And that is the true intent of a design perspective, is to bring that design to life in front of the client. There's different ways to develop a design perspective. You know, back in the day, we used to do all of this by hand, you know, paper and pencil. Some architects got really, really good at doing a freehand sketch of what this building was going to look like three-dimensionally. Eventually, there were techniques that came in, 2-point perspectives, 3-point perspectives, that you were able to develop on paper. I remember coming to the University of Washington, and I was really, really proud of being able to develop perspectives really, really quick. By really quick, I mean 2-3 days. And you know, this day and age, you can do it in a matter of hours because of all the computer programs that are available out there that not only are able to help you model this design perspective three-dimensionally, but is also able to help you render it, meaning adding beautification to the building of what that's going to look like, adding color and sky and light and vegetation. There's a lot of programs that are able to help you do that. What we used to do in 3 days, today you can do in a matter of hours. Sadly, it is a lost art, you know, from an architect's perspective, an artist's perspective as well. But the true purpose of a perspective is still there. It is a critical part of the design process. Almost all my projects have design perspectives. It's important to be able to communicate what that building is going to look like after it has been built. There is no better way to communicate that but through a perspective drawing. Some people call it isometrics, axonometrics, design perspectives. Basically, it's a 3D view of what that building is going to look like. And you know, if they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words, well, in architecture, a perspective is worth 1,000 words. You present that perspective, and it's going to help you persuade the client to go with your design. I think a client should always ask what the end product is going to include in the design process. And if the designer does not say a design perspective, well, then they're missing out on one of the most important parts of the design process. It is very, very important to be able to have a design perspective as part of the design deliverables, especially if it's a full building or a remodel or an addition, you know, and a space from outdoors, a space from inside as well. If you're remodeling the inside, well, you want to see what that's going to look like. You know, you can request what that interior design perspective as well, certainly these are critical to be able to visualize that end product.